Hi everyone and welcome. So today I'm returning the Polestar. I rented the car, so I have to return it today. So I'm going from Stockholm to Gotheburg. So I'll record the sort of last video on the Polestar, at least for this time. So I thought we should sort of do a long range test and also see some charging speed and so on. I'm also going to use both Google Maps and a better route planner. So my first stop, I'm aiming on going from Stockholm to Gränna, which is 283 kilometers. I have a full charge, so Google Maps is estimating 9% at arrival, so I hope I can manage that. I've also entered the full route in a better route planner, so it also suggests stopping and charging in Gränna, but it's expecting that I arrive with 7%, and then it also shows how much I need to charge to go to the final destination in Gothenburg. So the total distance today is 467 kilometers. So let's see both if the car makes it and how good the Google Maps and a better route planner is. So let's go. We've been driving for a while now. A better route planner has adjusted its estimate down to 3%. So I think that's out of my comfort zone, so we'll see how we get when we're closer. Looking at Google Maps, we're still at 6%. I think that is okay. So I mean, both apps have sort of reduced their estimate. I think that's because I'm driving a little bit faster than they expected. But I think I'll keep the same pace and see where we end up. But yeah, most interesting will be sort of a better plan. Now it's 3%. That's quite low. I'll let you know if I have to sort of reduce my speed or maybe even stop and charge before that. One thing I didn't mention is the temperature. It's currently 5 degrees outside, so I could see that it took quite a while for the battery pack to heat up. And how do I see that in the Polestar 2? Well, it sort of shows you how much regen you can use, and I think that has to do with the temperature of the battery. The temperature is expected to rise during the day, so we'll see if that has any effect. I doubt it if it has any effect when we're already sort of up to temperature. Right now, looking at the trip meter, I'm running at 24 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. I think that's a little bit higher than what I'm used to seeing when I'm sort of cruising on the highway. I usually get down to 23, 22. So yeah, interesting so far. We'll see where we end up. So a better route planner just gave me a notification that I should limit my speed to 100 kilometers per hour to reach the destination. It also changed the estimation to 8%, but it doesn't say anywhere that I should limit my... Oh wait, down here it says max 100, so the road is 110, it says max. Okay, I I see that now. That's really hard to spot. I would have missed that because I always look up here and not at the map. So it went from 3% up to 8%. So 3% without the limitation in speed. I guess it will estimate that sort of below 2%, so that's why they gave it that notification. Let's see for Google Maps. Google Maps just went from 5 to 4%. Before I think it was 6. So I guess I have to limit my speed somewhat, so I make it there. Yeah, but that's interesting that it says that I should limit my speed, but it's very hard to spot down there. Okay, let's see how this goes. Okay, so an update again. The speed limitation in a Better Route Planner has gone away. It's now down to 3% estimated sort of arrival state of charge again. I have been driving a little bit slower. So let's see what Google Maps says. That's now 5%. It was as low as 4% at one point. So from 6 to 4 now up to 5. So reducing the speed has really affected that. So taking into account everything, I want to be able to make the trip with just one charge. That's the goal. We'll see if I have to stop before that just to sort of have a coffee and go to the toilet. But I'll try to do this, sort of get there in just one stop. I really want to do that, so I have reduced speed because, I mean, reducing the speed with 10%, that's better than being forced to do another charging, which takes time, you know, to get off the highway and do the whole procedure. So I'd rather have one stop than two. So let's see if I make it. So we have 1 hour left until we will stop to charge. A Better Route Planner is now at 5% estimated on arrival. So that's a little bit higher. I think it's because I reduced the speed a little bit. So let's take a look at Google Maps. So Google Maps is at 6. I think it was at 6 before, or it just went up from 5 to 6. So we have sort of 11 or 108 kilometers left to the charge. So with both Google Maps and a Better Route Planner showing 5 and 6%, I'm pretty sure we will make it there. Hopefully the chargers will work. I'm going to an Ionity 150 or 350 kilowatts, so I hope that will go fast. But I have checked, there are other chargers sort of in the vicinity, so even if they don't work, I should be able to make it there. So from experience, I would say that a Better Route Planner is usually less pessimistic than Google Maps, but now it's the other way around, so it will be interesting to see how we end up. I feel that Google Maps is always a little bit conservative, just to make sure you get there. But yeah, let's see when we get there. Okay, so 30 minutes left to our stop to charge. Around sort of 54 kilometers left. A Better Route Planner is now estimating 6%. And and I think Google Maps is estimating the same. So 55 kilometers left. It is kind of annoying that you can't see the remaining kilometers here in a better route planner. Anyway, so they say the same thing. I think we will get there on that number as well. I'm sort of staying on this exact speed limit with the cruising control now, so I don't think we will have any issues. I think I will turn on the camera again, you know, just before we get to the charger to see where we're at then. Okay, so we're 3 minutes from the Ionity chargers. As you see, we're at 9%. A better route plan says 8, so I've seen this now quite a lot, that a better route planner shows a lower state of charge, current state of charge, than the car itself. I'll try to show a picture. It was even sort of 2 percentage points off. But I can say that, well, yeah, 8 or 9 doesn't really matter. We're here now, we made it. So at first, when we started the trip, I was quite comfortable that we would get here. And then once we got moving, it was a little bit different. I got a little bit anxious, so both a better route planner and Google Maps were predicting like 3-4%, which made me uneasy. So lowered the speed a bit and got here, and now we're at 9. So they did sort of adjust the estimation quite late, and we're sort of improving it, which I can't explain. I mean, the battery had been warm for quite a bit. Temperature was about the same. I was doing sort of the speed limit. So yeah, I guess they were both sort of adding that sort of buffer that they had, which is as we got closer, which is kind of annoying. So yeah, the good thing is that you can sort of at least adjust your consumption pretty much by just sort of lowering the speed. So if the total time is reduced by you reducing the speed, I mean, that's fine with me, since you're just cruising on the highway. So I'm going to stop now and charge. But if we take a look at the trip meter, we have done 282 kilometers in 2 hours and 41 minutes. We had a consumption of 23.6 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. So yeah, those figures are fine. So I guess those figures are in line with what others have been seeing. Only getting, you know, 280 kilometers on a charge, at least with, you know, without getting a heart attack. I think that's still a little low in terms of practical use. For the Polestar itself, I mean, I guess that's an okay figure. But to use on long trips, I think that is actually on the low side. I don't think they can do much about that, to be honest. Okay, so now I'm going out to initiate the charge and see if I can sort of record that charge curve. Okay, so I've started charging. Of course, I tried one Ionity charger and I didn't want to start. The car gave a red light as well, so I had to change charger. Now it's working, but yeah. So this is what everyone will be complaining about, and I agree. It's quite annoying that that the chargers are so unreliable. But anyhow, we're charging now. I'm recording the charging session on the display. But let's take a look here in a better route planner. So we're at 66, 67 kilowatt. on a 10% state of charge. So yeah, let's see how it goes. I'll try to include a graph of the actual charging curve. Right now I have to go get some coffee and go to the toilet. Okay, so we're charging. Been up to over 100 kilowatts now at 80, so I guess it's going well. Just entered the route or the final destination in a better route planner, and I think this is pretty handy that, well, you can see how much you need to get up to before you can drive away. So I've set a 5% sort of minimum arrival state of charge. So we need to get up to 59. I think I will go over that just to have a buffer. I'm not going to test the range anymore, so I want to, drive without thinking about that. It also said, so it also estimates how much you need to wait. And yeah, I really like that you sort of see these stats. As I said in the A Better Route Planner update video, it would be great if it could stay on for longer, so you would get sort of the whole charging sessions and so on. But I think we'll see that in the future. Unfortunately, I don't think I will have the Polestar then, but I'm really hoping for all you guys out there that have the Polestar 2 that you get that. I think that will be very, very useful. Okay, so it's time to get moving. I was charging for 46 minutes and added 61 kilowatt hours. Yeah, I'll do some calculations and show it right after here. But now we need to get going. So the final stop is in Gotheburg. So we're at 82% state of charge, predicting 27. Let's see what Google says. Is at 27 as well, so they're pretty much synced right now. That's good. I'll get going. I don't think I will do an update on the road unless anything happens. Otherwise, I will just do a final update when I get to Gothenburg. Okay, so I have 42 minutes left to the destination in Gothenburg. One thing that I've seen is that I think we started with a sort of estimated arrival of 26. It's still at 26 in a better route planner. It's 26 in Google Maps as well, which it confuses me a bit because I think I've been driving sort of a little bit more aggressive or more fun on this last part than the first part. So I would expect the estimation to sort of jump up and down, but it hasn't. So it seems like both apps have sort of calibrated to the consumption in some way, or it's just that we this trip we finished charging with a quite a sort of high temperature battery, so it hasn't sort of used any energy to heat up the battery. That's one sort of theory I have, but I don't know, it's quite interesting that the estimation hasn't changed a bit, which I thought it would. So both apps are saying 26. Let's see what we get there at. Okay, so we made it to the final destination. 27% left, so very close to what both A Better Route Planner and Google Maps said. Again, I'm pretty puzzled that their estimation were so consistent on the second leg of the trip and so volatile in the beginning. If you have any theories, please let me know, but I think it's because of the temperature in the battery. Once the Polestar gets that sort of preconditioning of the battery, I think we can get a lot of range out of that, especially if you're, charging that. Thank you for coming with me on this trip. Hope you got something in terms of, range test, charging curve, and also sort of a real use case of both Google Maps versus A Better Route Planner. Thank you for watching. Bye.